In the book of Maccabees, there's a beautiful story that truly captures Mary's role as the mother of the martyrs. For in the story, we hear of a brave mother who understood the tyranny of the world and its hatred for God's law, even to the point of murdering God's servants, a theme that plays throughout history again and again, where tyrants think they can overthrow the reign of Christ, God's law, and his church, but they are really subservient to Satan. In fact, in the end of the gospel today, we hear about the true king whom some people denied to serve, and he calls them together to slay them in the end. These are the unrepentant sinners who day and night warred against Christ and his church, and all that is good, thinking themselves good by their own wicked standards. But if we can draw our attention back to this mother of 7 children, she bravely does not back down or think that her children, if they're killed, they would simply be dead forever. She understood the empty threat of evil in the face of the goodness of God. For she says, "He in his mercy will give you back both breath and life, because you now disregard yourself for the sake of his law." She understood her real union with God through keeping the law and the commandments. She understood her and her children serve a living God. Further, they were in union with him in holy obedience. This passage draws our attention toward Jesus. For in Jewish culture, there was still debate whether there was a resurrection to life or not. And Jesus Christ, when he establishes the final covenant, brings this debate to an end in his very personhood. In fact, this brings us back to Mary, the mother of martyrs, who always encourages us to die for Christ, but not always in a dramatic fashion. In fact, she calms the soul to seek to simply do small daily deaths to ourselves through our work and prayer for the sacrifices we make for God and other people. And she teaches us how to die to sin gradually and grow in sanctity. In this way, the more we do these things as devout Catholics, the more we prepare ourselves for death and to die well. For if we don't die daily, we will never be prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice that the children of this mother were brave enough to do. We will want to preserve our life rather than lose it. But further, this is the paradox of life. The more we give of ourselves in a holy manner and die to sin, the more we love life. Because life is more of a spiritual union with God, where we are meant to make a sacrificial gift of ourselves more than simply just live or exist. The beauty of life is the fact it's meant to be a communion with God. In this way, Mary, the mother of martyrs, prepares us to always give of ourselves, trusting in God, where dying daily we become prepared to always make the ultimate sacrifice. As we heard today, he in his mercy will give you back both breath and life. But further, we know that our Lord teaches us, everyone who acknowledges me before men, I also will acknowledge before my Father, who is in heaven.